Yo, what up? What up? What up? We're on the live stream. This is Jay's live stream. This is the biggest tailgate in Waco. We're here on the banks of the Brazos River. I'm here, of course, with the one and only Walter Abercrombie. Welcome to the street.
Hey, man, it's great to be here, Jay.
I'm excited to have you on. This is our first time doing this. And, you know, one of the things I'm really excited about, Walt, is obviously you played at the old stadium, worked here for a long time. We're going to get into it a little bit later, but this is one of your first seasons where you're not working, right? And you're just me and you were fans.
No, yeah, this is going to be an exciting year for me. I went through a little bit last year, but this year with the game starting off with Auburn, sellout crowd, the game's going to be on national television. I mean, I'm excited about this season because of what happened through the portal and the football team and all the players that are now healthy and ready to go. Boy, what a fun night. Looking forward to it, man.
Yeah, it's exciting. You know, this show, it's really exciting. So one of the things that we did, and we'll give you the story, like this tailgate, you can see behind us, we have an Airstream. We call this the Bear Stream. All right, so it started out with our friends, Chris and Mel, and they have this tailgating. And so we just kept building it. They started it, got the area, and it just keeps adding. So this year we decided, man, let's just live stream what we normally do. So we're going to have Mel on. We have, you know who else is coming?
Who else is coming?
We have the one and only Chris Platt coming.
Chris Platt.
Remember him?
Oh, yeah. Great player.
Yeah. Was a wide receiver also. Remember, he was a track guy.
That's right. That's right.
Ran on the 4x4. Yeah. They got 6. So he's All-American.
Wow.
So is that rare air? So you have a football player who started. He started 53 games for Baylor.
Wow.
Okay. And All-American in track.
Okay. Yeah. He's a talented guy, and nobody could keep up with him on the field just because of all the speedy. So I'm looking forward to hearing from him and what he's doing now.
Yeah, I'm really excited, man. So tell me, is this your first live stream? You know, before I ask you that, a lot of people may not know. Obviously, first of all, we have to rest in peace, JJ Joe, longtime Baylor radio announcer who I went to school with.
Right. And
you had a long relationship as well.
Right. Yeah, we miss JJ. I mean, he was such a classy guy, man. I mean, great player for Baylor, obviously, but then had a long career doing radio broadcasting with John Morris, and so I really miss the guy. I miss seeing his smile, his energy around Baylor media, and I know John does too. So thanks for shouting out to him because you know I never got a chance. I mean, I saw him one year. Next year, he was gone. Yeah. And so that's a reminder for all of us, man. We never know when that time is going to come for all of us.
Well, and one of the things, too, a lot of people don't know, you did, especially some of our younger folks, you were actually the color guy with John Morris. Then you took the job at Baylor. So walk us through that. A lot of people don't know you used to do that for Baylor.
I did. When I after I left, I think I may have still been working with the AFCA, the American Football Coaches Association with Grant Taft. I was working there, and I was also doing radio for Baylor, the games, doing the color for the games with John Morris, and I did that for a few years and had a blast. And then I got the great opportunity to join the staff full time here at Baylor, working with the B Association. But I had to give up the radio broadcast.
Right. And you did that. If you could scoot up just a little bit. Sure. You could scoot your whole chair. This is the great thing of, you guys, about this live stream. This isn't TV. This is just a conversation. Walter and I actually go to lunch. We get together. So this is just like us building on the conversation. But back to the radio, you did an incredible job. Some lean years in there too. So, but now, this year we're bringing back the chrome helmets. Reminds me of some of the old years. How does it feel for you? I know you didn't play with this, but you were around here.
Yeah, I was around when we had the chrome helmets and all of the different colors and uniforms. I was around when we had the blackout. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Boy, you talking about Baylor fans getting behind that.
Woo!
And it'll be the same tonight.
Yeah.
People have been, just really calling for another opportunity to get to dress the stadium out in black. And here we are, y'all.
Yeah.
National TV, Auburn University. Boy, you couldn't ask for a better setup for a game.
Let's go. Let's talk about tonight. We have Auburn. We know a lot of schedule changes, right? Like back in the day, you get 3 powder puff teams. Now you got a Power 5 team coming in here. The opener. I have to ask you this, right? You played obviously at Baylor. went to the Steelers, had a long career, still, I believe, top 10 all time with the Steelers in rushing. What is it like for them preparing on a short week, right? This is a Friday. Normally installs, things happen, ready for a Saturday. What do you think is going through the team's mind this week?
The Baylor team?
Yeah, our Baylor Bears.
So the big challenge for the team is to make sure they stay out of the media, and don't listen to all of those people out there predicting the outcome of the game. They've worked all summer. The Bears have got some talent, and they have to believe in themselves and think of themselves in a completely different class than maybe what the public may think that they are. And way you do that is you go out there, you know what you're doing, you make sure you have your game plan down, you don't make any mistakes, and you execute. And I promise you, with the talents that they have, if they do that, eliminate mistakes, play their game, we'll have a big party after the game here in Waco, Texas.
And I'm hoping, and for those of you guys joining us, first of all, shout out to the chat. The chat, Walt, is all the people who come and watch us online, no matter where they are.
Okay.
So shout out, you can say shout out to the chat.
Shout out to the chat.
Walter Abercrombie, you weren't expecting that. All right, so guys, for those who don't know, we usually also have a boat. But Walter, let me tell you what happened, man. I was so excited. Then I get a ding on my phone at 2:00 in the morning from my friend Donnie. Donnie said, "Oh my goodness, it's we're expecting rain at like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning this upcoming morning," and so we didn't bring the boat out because we're actually gonna have to leave it right here because we don't want to operate it at night. So we don't have the boat this time, but we do have the Airstream.
It's nice.
So walk us through. This is your first time coming. Shout out to Walter for pulling up, and he's the top G, but I'm not going to tell that story. But talk to us about our tailgate. How would you rate us? And some people probably can't see everything, so if you could describe kind of what we have going on and how you feel with your first game.
Oh man, through the years, I've seen a lot of tailgates, and what you got set up out here is really, I mean, everything you need. I mean, it's plush. I mean, you got a nice Airstream. Everybody knows about Airstreams. Yeah. I mean, those are really nice.
Are you an Airstream kind of guy?
I am. Go way back, man. Way back. Yeah, I've always loved those units.
Yeah.
And you got the lights, you got the big TV out there, you got the drinks, you got the company. You got good people that I've already met inside the tailgate. Now they're already here. So this is all the elements you need for a fun afternoon before a football game, and so you got that. And that's what this is all about.
And one thing I love about sports, Walter, is just the sportsmanship. We actually, when Walter came, we had some people talking about War Eagle. We had some friends. We actually, Donnie, one of our friends, we stopped at a local restaurant, ran into them, and Donnie was like, "Hey man, you should come to our tent because this is what sports is all about."
Yeah.
I mean, because we're not competing.
Yeah. No. We conversate with opponents. They're here all the way from, I'm not sure if they're from Alabama or not, or whether they're just, Texas Auburn fans, but wherever, it doesn't matter. They're here supporting Auburn, and we're all together. And so we're going to enjoy this game. They seem like good people.
Yeah.
And so, hey, we'll enjoy the game together with them, and everybody get ready. So no bias.
Right. So I have to ask you this.
Maybe a little bit,
a lot of it. First of all, blackout game. We all have all black on. Really exciting time. I think that was a great marketing ploy. I think to start it out, bring the chrome, because like you were saying, man, those chrome, for a lot of us around Baylor, those were some great days. You're talking about Bryce Petty. Yeah. You're talking about back-to-back Big 12 championships.
Oh yeah, the year of the bear. The year of the bear. I don't even know if I'm supposed to say that, but that's what it was like.
Yeah.
We were winning. We were building a tremendous program. And the uniforms were something that had the players hyped up. All the different kinds of uniforms, the different combinations of colors. But that chrome helmet, when the chrome helmet came out, man, I even think it was a little intimidating for other teams when they stepped in the stadium to see the Bears come out there in those chrome helmets.
Yeah. First of all, too, got to give a shout out to Sydney Warren over at Marie's Wine Bar for helping us make this happen. right? We have partnerships, and we actually have a gift for Walter. We have one of my good friends here, Robert, who you guys can't see.
Thank you, Robert.
Robert Long, one of my good friends. If you want to hold it up. This is, this is a sip with Sydney. So what we're doing, guys, is this is Chardonnay. Robert, you can take it back if you want to. But we just wanted to, say that you can also have adult beverages during football games, even because it's extremely hot out here.
Yeah. Shout out to Sydney, man. Thank you, Sydney, for sponsoring.
Yeah, we want to talk about. We have so many people. We have Tito's. We have a whole, Benny, Keith, a whole bunch of people you see over there. Man, we reached out to companies. Well, this is what's so cool about sports. We literally just reached out to people, said, "Hey, we're doing this thing," and they were like, "Cool, how can we help?" Wow. And so Sid, all the things that we have here. So we really appreciate it. But want to talk, a little bit about this upcoming game tonight. Returning a really talented quarterback for Baylor. Right. Talk about him and what you see, because we know this is a year where everybody's moving around. There's NIL, there's a transfer portal. They were able to bring him back and some others. What do you think it means for this team to have him, calling the plays?
I think you shouldn't underestimate, how important it was to get the quarterback back.
Yeah.
This young man could have gone anywhere in the country. He was a highly sought after player through the portal. And it says a lot for him that he chose to stay at Baylor. And that's unusual these days. And
I'm going to look up his stats while you're talking. Go ahead.
He has an unbelievable arm. He can run. And so he has the potential to lead this offense to a tremendous year. You put him in the backfield with Bryson, Washington, and they're a very dynamic type of backfield with a lot of experience, mind you. So I think we'll move the ball. The defense is going to be salty as ever.
Yep.
And so it'll be a fun and entertaining game for the Baylor fans to watch.
Yep. So how important in this league that I feel like at least the offensive players are a little bit more favored in this league. You bring back Sawyer Robertson, right? Yeah. He's a guy who does a lot of things. How much does that matter? Because like when you were playing, you didn't have all these guys transferring in and transferring out. How important is it to this offense?
It is important for a player to stay and have some experience, and then leadership on the team is extremely important for some of the upperclassmen. And so the fact that he's been here a few years, he's seasoned, he's a leader on the team, and you really can't emphasize that enough because leadership says to the team, look, we're the Baylor Bears. There's pride in who we are. We're going to go out there, and some people have chosen. I think they have Auburn by a couple of points, ahead by a couple of points, and you have to ignore that, and you have to play your game, be who you are. You've worked all summer to get where you are. You've dedicated your workouts and your habits. That's going to be a key for leaders to emphasize that to the players on the team, and when they do that. And that's why it's so important to have a guy like Sawyer on the team, because he's the guy that can communicate that message to everybody on the football team.
Yeah, and I couldn't agree with you more. I want to talk about a subject that's near and dear to my heart. You guys know I host Brandon Athlete Podcast, the NIL coach and educator, and I have with me one of the all-time greats, right? Long-time school rushing leader, still top 10 for the Steelers. And you played in a great era, not just at Baylor, but I mean just across the nation. If you were a player in this day and age, how much do you think you'd be worth in NIL?
Yeah, that's really hard to tell. But I mean, of course, every player, when being young and you're reading in the paper all these other players across the nation getting money. It's just a really tempting thing to go after. You try to get as much money as you can. You're going to play for 4 years, and hopefully you don't get hurt. So you try to capitalize on the situation you are now. The bad thing about it is, it's hard to develop loyalty to one school when you have, an appealing market across the country, and everybody's shooting at you. So, maybe you got a girlfriend in school. Maybe you like the coaching. I mean, maybe some things And if you ask Sawyer,
Yeah.
what is it about Baylor? I mean, what made you stay? You're probably going to learn a lot,
Right?
Because he's going to talk about exactly what I think players need to hear about.
Well, I got to ask you, you did a lot of tap dancing there like you did when you were when you were a player. He was hit them with the hezzy. I still didn't get a number, Walter. What do you think? What do you think? You think $1 million plus a year?
I don't know. It's hard for me to even imagine, man.
Could you imagine $1 million a year in college?
Nah. I would have been a hot mess.
What would you do? Because you bring up a good point, man. People are getting generational money, money that would change their lives.
Yeah.
How much do you think there'll be a little or a lot of pressure to get that money at 18 years old?
I think it'll be a lot of pressure, and just it depends on what advisors you have.
Yep.
And if you have some good advisors, and the main thing is once you get the money, or if you're lucky enough to get the money, that you make sure that you make good decisions with it.
Yep.
Because having a lot of money at a young age can be a good thing, but it also can be a bad thing. So if you have some good advisors with you, which I would have hoped I would have had, it may have been a life-changing thing for me.
Do you think you would have come to Baylor?
Well, that's a really good question.
Because that's what we ask over here.
That's a really good question. You got to remember, Jay, I grew up literally blocks from Baylor campus.
Yeah, right over there.
When I made the decision to go to Baylor because of Grant Taft, who was one of the great legendary coaches that Baylor had here.
Shout out to Grant Taft.
And the fact that my father was a minister and a pastor of a church in Killeen, Texas. And so we were a very Christian family.
Yeah.
And so on Thursday evenings, we used to have I think it was a group from 7th and James Baptist Church, a youth group, would come down our block, and they'd be out witnessing the kids in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And we were playing street ball in the neighborhood when those young people would come from Baylor. All of them were Baylor students. And they would come down to our neighborhood. They'd play street ball with us, but then they'd also witness to us and invite us back to the church for snacks and
Dang, what year was this, Walt?
This was back in probably 1970s.
Ooh.
And so I made some friends with those guys, and they spoke highly of Baylor.
Okay.
So they were kind of recruiting me for Baylor at that time as well. So now there's a great player right there.
Yeah, well, here's what we got to do, right? So this is in full transparency. Shout out, you can't see it. We're gonna actually figure this out while we're talking. We're gonna slide over a little bit. We're gonna have Robert help us, and we're gonna get all of us in. He and I can share this mic. So let's slide a little bit. Just think about a live stream podcast. Slide a little bit that way, Walt, and then I'm gonna slide back. Ugh. All right. Is he in the shot? Or are you in the shot? Yeah.
Can you see us all?
Yes. So you know what I'm gonna do? Walt, keep talking.
Okay. So Chris, I know Jay's gonna formally introduce you in a minute, man. So how's it been?
It's been good. I mean, honestly, I've just been working and just chilling.
Slide a little bit this way, so we'll get you in the shot.
You look like you're in great shape, man. You still working out?
Oh yeah, for sure. I actually played arena ball 2 years ago, and almost had the chance to play with Coach Browse last year, but the IFA kind of put it on halt. Last year.
What's IFA?
International Football Alliance.
Okay.
It was based out of Dallas, and then they had a couple teams, like four or five teams in the league at the moment, and then they planned on to expand, but the way they started up just wasn't great. But Coach Browse was going to be one of my coaches there, so that's why I thought about doing it.
That would have been a nice reunion. Huh?
Yeah.
Walt, carry it for a second. We're gonna do this. This is what we call being creative. I don't want to unplug this. Walt, I think you're good.
Okay, good. Man, I would have liked to have seen that, man. You would have had to let me know what channel those games are on, because that would have been a reconnection.
Yeah.
Because I remember seeing you fly down the. Man, nobody could hang with you, man. I mean, when you went on that long, what do you call that? The long route on the outside.
The we call it benders, or we're talking about the hitch and go.
The hitch and go.
I think you're talking hitch and
You
go.
were killing it on the hitch and go. I'm like, dude, this dude has done this all season long. Y'all ain't got that hitch yet.
Yeah.
That hitch would throw him off.
Well, we do have to do a little bit of an introduction. I'm so excited. Of course, if you're joining us now, we have Walter Abercrombie, one of the all-time greats, and now we have Chris Platt, Baylor football player, also Baylor track, NCAA All-American 4x4. Man, welcome to the street.
Thanks for having me. Honestly, so I went to the the Midway scrimmage,
Mhm.
and then I was just going to go see my barber son go play. And then I went down, just the first bench I saw. I looked up, see Jay over there. I was like, whoa, there's Jay. I ain't talked to him in a minute. Let me go talk to him real quick. And then so he kind of introduced this whole idea of what we're doing right now. I was like, of course, I would love to.
Serendipitous.
Yeah, for sure.
And then Walter, so funny, ran into Chris. And then Walter, matter of fact, Walter sang at my wedding. I've known Walter since I was 19 years old. He was my counselor at the time. That was way back in the day.
That's some years. Some years.
Jay's just trying to say I'm old, man.
No.
Fly away.
All right. So before we were talking about NIL real quick, also want to get it to you, Chris. One, would you have come to Baylor? And how much do you think you'd be worth in the NIL market? Walter was getting us with the hezzy. He was dancing. He was spinning. We couldn't get an answer out of him.
So honestly, if NIL was a thing, I think I still would have. I don't think money probably would have changed my answer, especially during that time, during 13, 14, when the offense was really explosive. And that was just something that I liked part of my game. So I don't think I would have, especially with the relationships I have with those coaches and what I could just tell off the bat when they were coming to the house and meet me at high school games and stuff like that. I could just tell that they were good people. So I think I would have stayed here.
Well, let's talk about this bread though. How much money do you think you'd be worth in today's market?
We doing per year?
Yeah, we're talking about just the pay for play part of NIL. Yeah, per year.
I don't even know what to scale it on, but based off of this settlement that we're getting, I would probably say at least mid six figures to $1 million.
Okay. Now we have Robert over here has 3 fingers. What's 3 fingers for? He said he thinks you guys are worth $3 million.
Well, they need to add a little bit more into that settlement there.
All right. So NIL for both you guys, how do you think it's affected the game? Walt first, and then you.
Well, I think you got to remember I played during a time where we didn't get a whole lot. We got our scholarship. We were just playing primarily for the love of the game and to get a college education. And so it's hard for me to make the transition to put myself in the mindset of focusing on the money. And I during my years working with Coach Tapp at the AFCA, the American Football Coaches Association, for a long time, college head coaches tried to keep money out of the big money out of from going directly to the players because it would change the game. It would disrupt loyalty to teams and so forth, and then make it a big grab. But there's 2 sides of that argument. Players deserve to get paid for the entertainment they're providing. There's a big argument to be made there. And so I would say it's changing in the way that you won't see players coming to a university staying for 4 years. Guys are going to move around quite a bit. And so how that ultimately impacts a team's unity, basketball's been doing it for a while now, but their coaches were adjusted, still able to bring in top players and impact. Now you're dealing with a team with a larger number of players. So how do you keep that unity? How do you keep that togetherness, that loyalty to the football team, and keep focus off of the money so much? That's a real challenge, particularly with young men.
Well, I have a saying. My grandmother used to say, rest in peace, my grandmother. She used to say, go ahead and put it in my pocketbook so I know you care. So,
Yeah.
so for me,
Yeah.
I say pay me. I might have been in 4 schools. I might have been in 4 schools.
That's right. I mean,
I just have to keep it real. So, Chris, what do you think?
I mean, honestly, with the way it is now, I think it's going to be tough if they don't regulate how much money they can just throw at people. And I think they're trying to right now, but it got so bad to where a guy's committing to one place, and then all right, we're going to give you a dollar amount to just switch with us. And he's like, all right, I'm following the money, and I can see both sides of it, especially on their side, especially the ones that like gone through a lot of stuff and they see a dollar amount, they've never seen that before in their life. So they just kind of chase what they haven't had for a while. But on the flip side, like he said, you don't really see much loyalty within the players and the team, the camaraderie. Uh, it just means more when you know that person, especially for like 2+ years, doing workouts and everything that goes with it. It's like if you miss a block and that's like somebody you really with, it's like it just kind of means a little bit more, if that makes sense.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, dang, that's my bad. I messed up. I ain't gonna let that happen again, type stuff.
I put mine, I ran track here at Baylor. And for those who don't know, we're literally right behind the $19 million track and field facility when it was built a number of years ago. And we're right here on the banks of the Brazos. I put my number, guys, at about, because track's numbers are a little different, in the Olympics. But I put mine at about 75,000 for track. And then I would have negotiated the ability to really make great content. So I go out and get some brand deals.
Yeah.
That's what I've done.
That's smart.
Yeah. So let me ask you guys this. Favorite tailgating things. Walter, what's your first your first item that you like in terms of food? Whether it's meat or what is the thing that you like in a tailgate?
Yeah. I like spicy stuff at tailgates for some reason. I don't know. It's like I'm not really a spicy eater. I don't love a lot of spices on food. But when I come to a tailgate, I don't know whether it's because the sports atmosphere, but I want some spicy stuff that I can just wash down real good.
Hey, Robert, can you go check and ask them what is it? What meat do we have that Caleb made?
It might be spicy chips. I mean, it could be a spicy dip, but when it comes to food though, I mean, like I'm going with a hot dog.
Wow. What are you going with?
I don't know why, but I guess because I'm from East Texas. When I think of tailgating, I just think of barbecue. I think I would go with I like barbecue at a tailgate, especially brisket, smoked sausage.
Okay.
But I think my favorite tailgate food, though, I would say probably chopped beef.
Chopped beef. Yeah. Okay. Now you guys know I'm from St. Louis. So I'm gonna go with the ribs. There's nothing like you can slice them. It's a finger food. You know what I mean? And then you could just hold it, eat it, and there's just like I love brisket.
Yeah.
Love sausage. Yeah. But there's nothing like the St. Louis rib. So that's what I'm going with.
St. Louis rib. I'll have to try that one. I make some ribs myself, but I haven't done I ain't done that one before.
Okay, we have an update. We have pulled pork.
Uh-oh.
What is it? 7-layer taco dip. That's fancy. Yeah. But what would you expect if we're at an Airstream? So guys, we're gonna have some fancy food. I believe Caleb, who is a chemistry professor, shout out to Caleb Martin, he actually smoked the meat. I'm telling you, it's restaurant quality. You guys have to get some. Okay. Matter of fact, hey, can you go get us a plate? Well, you can bring it up so we can all check it out. So
what type of grill do y'all prefer? Y'all against pellet grills?
I've never experienced one before.
It's so easy.
Do you have one?
I had a charcoal grill, and just because I didn't ever want to do a propane, but when I'm smoking like a charcoal grill, but then it just got tedious for me. And then when I went to somebody's house and then made a steak on the pellet grill, and it's just how easy it is. You just set it to a temperature, it'll get there, stay there. It's basically like an oven. in a sense, but it still has the smoky flavor in it.
Okay.
Yeah, I never
So
tried it. Go ahead, Jay.
No, I was just saying it has those little pellets to it.
Yeah, I get the technology behind it, but it seems to me now I'm a fire guy. You know, I like that open fire. I'm just old school, you know, like that. But I do like the open fire, and I like the flavor that the wood puts on the meat. And do you miss that flavor though with the pellets? No, same flavor.
I thought I would,
Yeah,
but I don't.
And it cooks really evenly.
And you can get all types. You can get maple, apple, hickory, all that.
Now I have to tell you this: ours is kind of bougie. They're actually using. I didn't even know what this was till recently. I usually don't tell. They have a sous vide, right? Do y'all know what a sous vide is?
No.
So basically, it's. I didn't even know what it was. Well, so what it is it's in like a Tupperware, like a see-through type of deal, like a box. You put water and then you put the meat inside like of a plastic, and it slowly heats it up. There's one over there, I believe, and it slowly heats it up. So it takes hours and hours, but the meat is restaurant quality. But you do need to be super patient. So they have one of those here.
Okay.
And then also we have a Blackstone.
Oh, there you go. I'm familiar with that Blackstone. Yeah.
So you down with, because you talked about the wood.
Yeah, I mean, the propane is not bad. I mean, I've done both before, but if I had to smoke something, I'm going with the wood. Flavor in it, but that's just me. I mean, you can get there a lot of different ways, and I know that the pellets are pretty popular. They're less mess, they're more efficient with the way they cook the meat and so forth. So I get it, but I want some wood.
Okay, that's wild. That's wild, y'all. But Walter Abercrombie, I appreciate that, man. Hey, so we also have to talk about this. This game is hot out here. What do you guys think the temperature is right now?
It's gotta be at least 88, 89.
Man, what is that you have?
It's a little spray fan.
Hold it up so people can see it. Man, let me just try. I'm not gonna do much. Hold on. Oh wow, try that. Here, you ready?
Yeah. Oh god.
If you ever need, seriously, if you ever need like a little hack to be cooler in the summer, just go to a summer track meet and look at all those parents out there.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen people take
I've
coolers.
seen people a big fan like this, but like half my size, just going around like this, just going.
Yeah. So for Baylor fans, we picked a hot game. It's also the blackout game, so we're all in black. Good thing it's the 7:00 kick. I want to talk to you guys a little bit about the Big 12 this year, right? It's an interesting league this year. I watched the early game. I was a little bit surprised by the Kansas State game, the loss that they took over there. And one of the things, okay, what do we have? What do we have here? I'm gonna keep okay. All right, we're gonna show.
Thanks, Rob.
Thank you, Robert. Robert, do you want to come back here so people can see you? So this is our handy friend.
Huh? Water? Okay.
Yeah. Shout out to the chefs, Chris,
Appreciate it.
Caleb,
Walter, what do you
the
want?
Rios.
More water?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay.
So I'm gonna try this in a second. But it seemed like the early games to me, and what do you guys think is ballers? It seemed like a lot of the game was lost before it was won. Right? It was like some early turnovers. I think they had like 5 turnovers in the Kansas State loss when they lost to Iowa over in I think were they in Dublin?
Yeah,
they're in Ireland.
It was downpouring that game. It was a wet game, and especially being the first game too. That's a lot of mental mistakes that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Okay. I know I'm not supposed to eat like this, but these nachos go hard, y'all. We even have Robert. Thanks to Robert. Robert is a United States Air Force combat retired veteran. Shout out to Robert Long. Appreciate you. He's also been the person helping me. We set this up last night. He didn't come last night though, but he did come today to help me out. He's a good friend. And so, one thing I love about tailgating, y'all, is I feel like tailgating is all about friends and community. So like this group, look at it. This is a whole group. We had the Auburn people, the usual characters over there. We got our friends. We got grandma, grandpa. And you guys can't see it, but we actually have Chris and Mel. Did you see that over there? They have the Bear Stream signage. Shout out to White Claw for helping us out. We also have some cornhole from them. Well, I know you have another tailgate that you also frequent. What is your favorite tailgate game?
I'll have to say frisbee.
What is it called?
Frisbee.
What is that?
So you get a PVC pipe. It's like an upside down T.
Mm-hmm.
You put a bottle at the top, and you get a frisbee. You're trying to knock the frisbee out while holding whatever beverage you have in your hand.
Okay.
But it has to be in your offhand. So if you're left-handed, the bottle needs to be in the left hand. You got to catch with your non-dominant. And if you get the frisbee to touch the ground, it's 3 points. If it hits it off, it just knocks it down. What else is on there? The bottle. If the bottle hits the ground, it's just 1 point. So it's kind of like a cornhole, but it's in that sense. That makes sense.
Okay. So, Walter, what about you? I know you've only been retired a year. You've literally been involved in football since high school. So I know this is the first time that you've been able to partake. Did you go to any games last year? Last season?
I went to one game last year, yes.
And what did you go to a tailgate or what did you do?
I did not go to a tailgate, but the B Association, when I worked there, we hosted a tailgate every game, every home game, and so I'm familiar with the tailgate, the spirit, and the support the Baylor fans provide to the tailgates, and it's kind of cool. This is real commitment because it must be 100 degrees outside right now. And we're under a tent, thankfully, but it is hot out here, man. So all of the folks that are coming out to the tailgate now and are eating some seasoned food, it's just going to be a little sweating going on.
Yeah,
a lot of sweating going on. But,
so for you, Walt, you're really kind of new as just a pure fan.
Yeah.
Is it fun for you?
Watching football games has become a little more fun for me. I mean, for a long time it was work,
right?
And then it wasn't work, but then I'd watch it and it looked too much like work. And but I've gotten to the point now where I can kind of enjoy the atmosphere. I feel no pressure. I don't have to worry about entertaining hundreds of people.
Yeah. And you were just real quick. You were a longtime president of the Baylor B Association, which is the Letterwinners Association. Everybody who lettered at Baylor. So on game day, you were hosting.
We were hosting big crowds. And they would come out I remember the crowds that Chris and his teammates would draw for the B Association. It was insane, man. I mean, it was so much fun to see so many Baylor fans excited about Baylor football. Now, what I see the excitement building for this game right here, that is very reminiscent of what we've had in years past with Baylor football, and I'm telling you, it gets me excited because I'm expecting a win tonight.
Okay, now we ran into some people who were talking about War Eagle around town. I want you guys. Do you guys want to share any predictions that you guys have for the game?
Yeah, I got us going 28-17.
Ooh.
Wow.
And this is an Auburn team that not quite having the season that they wanted last year. Return a strong defense, right? I mean, I think they're going to be decently physical.
Okay.
I think their linebacker core looks pretty salty. But we know in this game, you're coming into this heat, you're coming into this offensive play at Big 12 Baylor Bears football.
Yeah.
Walter, what about you?
Yeah, I think it's going to be maybe a little bit closer. I think that Baylor's going to edge out. There's a lot of things that, a lot of factors coming into a game like this. Now, there's a pride factor. There's the team saying, we're not going to let this team come in here and embarrass us. So there's that pride factor. And as I said before, I think in terms of experience, there's maybe a little more senior leadership on the Baylor team. I think it's going to play a big difference. So I'm going for, I think it's a little closer game than what Chris may be predicting, but
Chris is feeling good.
And I love that. I love that. I got excited. He might know something I don't know.
You know what I mean?
But yeah, I mean, so I say it's going to be maybe 2018, 2017, maybe.
Ooh, okay. So you going Baylor with the win.
I'm going
at
Baylor
home.
with the win.
And so let me ask you this to you guys. What about the turnover battle? I personally think this game is going to come down to who takes care of the ball better. That's what I think this game in the heat, first opener.
I'm going to go first. I mean, Chris, I think losing Pendergrass is going to be a factor. I mean, because I don't know if there was a better 1-2 punch in terms of running backs in the backfield than Washington and Pendergrass.
Woo!
And I told one of my friends that too. Yeah. I said I think they were the best 1-2 punch, right behind Judkins and them at Ohio State.
Yeah. Okay, so what about you? What about you, Chris? What are your thoughts?
I think they're gonna have to win first and second down, just to put them in a passing situation, just to see how is he gonna be mentally coming in here with all these high expectations. And last year, I don't really think they did that well in the passing game. So I think win first, second down, make him have to adjust pre-snap, all the things, the crowd ruin and everything, just to see how tested is he right now. And I think they're going to do that early.
Okay, and you know one of the things I'm hoping we have a good Baylor turnout. It's a Friday, but hopefully everybody took off work, called in sick. Hopefully we offer people some doctor's notes. But it's been pretty cool. I mean, we've been sitting here talking. We've been seeing some boats going up and down the river, right? One of 3 places in the country here: Washington Huskies, Tennessee Vols, and did you ever think, Walter, for yourself that it would turn out to be something like this? We're sitting here looking at the football practice facilities and the water, track on the other side, McLean behind us.
I would have never anticipated this. I always felt like as a Baylor, I grew up in Waco, that the river was such an attraction. And I always hoped as a kid growing up here that the university would find a way to utilize the river, the beauty of the river in Waco, Texas. And shout out to all those visionaries who saw that, and all those people that gave the money during the years that Chris was playing that allowed us to build this beautiful stadium, and then all the others who allowed us to build all of these other facilities right on the river and take advantage of that natural beauty right here in Waco. And as you said, it's only 3 schools in the country, and Baylor's one of them. And so that's quite a benefit.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
And so my first year is when McLean was getting built up, but a part of me wished that I got to play at Floyd Casey at least once, just because when I was getting recruited, they were playing in that stadium. So it's just like going to that stadium and seeing how they were at night games against Oklahoma and Kansas State. Like, it's just dang, I want to play here.
So speaking of the old Floyd Casey, we'll come to you next, Chris. What is your top Baylor memory home game that you have?
Me?
Yeah, for you, not for other people. But what's something a memorable moment that really sticks with you?
I see a flag right there. It's at Arkansas.
Yeah,
it was the Arkansas game that we played, and it may have been a homecoming game. I believe it was. We were playing against the Razorbacks, and I think everybody in the country expected them to win the game. I mean, we beat the dog crap out of them. They never had a chance. And so everybody had a great game. So I think we shocked the country with that victory. But that was probably one of my better games. And
what'd you finish with?
I can't remember the exact figure, but I had a good game. Everybody had a good game. We had some great passes, great quarterbacking, and tremendous defense led by Mike Singletary. So this is one of those memorable games for me.
Okay. So what about you? You had track. We'll get you in a track in a second, but what's your most memorable football memory?
Okay, so when I think of one, can I say 61-58? Although I was just a redshirt freshman, I wasn't playing in the game. But just to be on the sidelines during that was crazy. It was like a euphoric moment.
Yeah, it was so crazy. We ended up Many of you guys know I was head of social media for Baylor Athletics at the time. We ended up going around and talking to fans that we knew, and we got them to send us their photos and their videos from the field goal kick from their perspective.
Oh, really?
Right. So then what we did is we threw them on a timeline and synced them up. It went viral. It was crazy. It was people reacting at home. People sent us reactions from home. And then once we started reaching out, we got some from around the country. So it's just a really cool moment. And then, of course, we remember do you remember the team photo afterwards?
Yeah.
The following year. Talk about that and what you thought of the next.
You talking about the it was just like we have to do it. It was like we have to do. We can't we got one moment to do this, and we got to do it right. So, I mean, everybody was on board with it. Yeah, I thought it was pretty funny.
Well, what did you think? You were OG at this time, an executive.
That's when I knew we were good, man. I mean, because TCU had every chance to win that game, and the Bears just would not quit.
Yeah.
I mean, just wouldn't quit. They'd score, we'd come back, score. They'd score, we'd come back. And it was such a nail-biting game, man, that every Baylor fan in the country, when you talk about the greatest contest in Baylor football, somebody's going to mention that game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And this is why I tell people this is over. McVay stopped at the Big 12 championship. Even though that was to win a championship.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
It was just, I think that's a close second for me. I go 61-58, and then that play.
What about one of your long ones? I mean, how many touch receptions did you have over 60 yards?
Ooh.
One of us looked this up before this live stream.
I think at least 80% of them. There was one year in 2017, that year that I got hurt with Coach Rule's first year. I had 3 touchdowns over 70 yards, and I led the nation at that point. A whole season went by. This was like game 3, game 4 I got hurt. A whole season went by, and I was still leading the country with touchdowns over 70.
Running routes. Man. So want to talk a little bit too about what you guys are doing now. What have you been up to? Talk to us about what you're doing now and what you have coming up.
Right now, so I'm a fitness trainer right now, and then I do have something in the works. Don't want to say it too premature,
Understood.
but if you just follow my socials, Chris Platt 14 on Twitter and Instagram, and then Chris Platt Jr. on Facebook. There'll be some big news that comes about in a couple days.
Okay, so you're in your bag right now.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, so shout out to you here in Waco.
Yep. It will be primarily in the Hewitt. What's it called? Woodway. Yeah. Hewitt Woodway area.
Okay, so you have some things working on your training right now, building, your business in terms of people that you work with. You've got something exciting in the works. How does that feel now that you're not, you're doing another phase of life, right? I know you're still involved with sports at a high level. What does it feel to really have purpose in that area of your life?
It's great, especially with what I'm doing now. Just paying it forward, honestly. Like, I wanted to coach. I had every skill set, I think, and just passion for the game to be a coach. It was just, I was choosing either football or my family, pretty much, in a sense, to just didn't want to be away from my family too much, because I know the sacrifices that coaches do and what their families have to basically just hold on to, especially if they have to get up and move like every other year. And I just didn't see myself doing something like that. So I thought this was the best second thing to do, just becoming a trainer and teaching these kids how to run routes, how to accelerate, decelerate, sprint, lift properly, and all that stuff. So I think it gives me good joy just being able to just pay it forward.
So when you say training, you're talking, of course, weightlifting. You're also talking about body development, all of the athletic movement training that you're talking about?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. So, it's so funny you talked about coaches. You guys appreciate this. I remember I was working for a senior administrator at the time, and we used to always joke that he put a picture of himself on the refrigerator. So when he came home at night, people wouldn't mistake him for a burglar. We got another one in the building. You guys can't see it. Who do we have here?
This is Mr. Drango.
Spencer Drango, one and only. Shout out to you, brother. Good to see you, man. How are you?
I'm doing well.
You got to come around over here. We can't see you over here.
All right, I'm gonna bring this chair then.
Bring the chair. We're just gonna have a big conversation. So here's what we got Spence, and we'll all just share a mic. Walter, you're good. You can stay right there.
You're good, Walter.
So I'm just gonna lean back in. First of all, shout out to you. What are you up to? Where are you living, and how are you doing?
I'm doing well. Living in Dallas. Me and my wife live up there. We just got married back in December, so it's going well.
All right, welcome to the live stream. This is Jay's Tailgate. You guys know, used to work with both of these guys. Also, this guy when I was head of social media here at Baylor. So seeing them pull up is cool. It's really exciting. I heard. So when did you get married?
Back in December. Yeah, so it's been almost 8 months now. So it's been fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
So want to talk about your favorite Baylor moment from your career?
Oh, there's a lot to choose from on that one.
You got to give us one
Yeah,
right
one.
now.
All right.
You can't use TCR to use it.
Which one?
The
The
158.
okay. Well, that actually, there's a story behind that too about the whole pictures the next year. You just
But
talked
go
about
ahead.
it.
No, talk
Well,
about.
no, I'm
no,
just.
you were involved.
What did he say?
No, you go say. You say.
Well, I'm just saying none of that was planned, right? Everyone thinks it was a big plan, but we just had some. He sounded Australian. I don't think he was. He's from East Texas, but he was a small guy just yelling at us to get in line, and like we lined up by grade and seniority and height, and Darrell and I just happened to be the right height. If it was planned, I had no idea. So everyone says you planned that, so I had no idea.
I have to
No
tell you
idea.
this. Nobody online is going to believe you. I believe you because I was there. I was there, if you remember. But the Baylor Nation is going to look at you and say, I don't believe it.
Absolutely not. No, absolutely not. So favorite memory.
Yeah.
I think would be kind of a combo memory of closing out Floyd Casey. I was hurt that year, so wasn't playing when we shut down the lights. But then coming back to open this stadium here, McLean with a big win, was just a really, really cool experience to be a part of that and open the stadium with a big win.
That was a special one. We talked about this earlier. We're going to have Spencer on, y'all. Spencer's just pulling up because he's the homie. He's one of our friends. We all go. He goes back with us. But I have to ask you about this. NIL, we all know how much it's changed the game. How much would you be worth?
I don't know. I do think I could have made some good money in NIL. But it's the wild, wild west out here with NIL, and especially with the transfer portal, right? I think they're both good for the sport, but at the same time, maybe not.
Right.
So eventually, I think something might change. Maybe as much as I hate to say it, it's not really amateur athletics anymore. So
it's pro.
maybe do contracts or something. Make sure people can't leave or penalize them for leaving or stuff like that. So I don't know what the solution is, but. NIL would have been fun when I was here.
All right, so I went to one school. I don't want to call it the name. I was doing some work with the campus, and I went, and guys, the parking lot looked like a Dodge dealership. All right.
Was it UT?
It may not. It could be. Maybe it was. We don't know, but it's not. That sounds familiar. And I went down there, and I was trying to figure out. I want to ask you guys. I'll go last. What kind of car would you guys drive? Because a lot of guys know that we have dealership deals where guys can get cars. What would you guys have? Start with Spence.
I probably would have had some type of truck. I have a GMC now. I really love it. So some type of GMC, maybe a Ford back in the day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, I honestly, if my car gets point A to point B, I don't really care. But at that time, I really wanted an Audi. I probably got an Audi.
An Audi. Now I have to tell, Walter had did you have a Porsche or something your senior year? So do you want to speak it to the mic? Well, what would you have? He was fancy. He was fancy. He had a Porsche, man.
I'm not too proud of that.
He had a Porsche.
But I did. I went out and bought it was a 911 Porsche off the showroom floor.
You had a Fro back then too, right?
I had a Fro. I had Afro. I was kicking it, but but that was what everybody was doing back then. But
So what would you have today?
Today, I'd probably have a pickup.
You guys can't see it. This is his Ford F-150 right here.
Okay.
And he pulled up like a G today, y'all. He was like, hey, so true story here. He's like, hey, man, do you have a parking pass? So I sent it to him. Now, here's the funny part. Robert would tell you, I was laughing my butt off, so I sent him the parking pass. The parking pass is on campus.
Oh, no.
He did me like that.
So listen, so we've known each other for literally 30 years. So this is pure comedy. Plus, I was like, this is going to be a great story on the street. So the next thing, he's like, you know what? I don't need it. I'm good. I appreciate you, bro. He was cool with it, Spence. He was nice with it. Next thing you know, he's literally pulling up right here. And I was like, man, that's what happens when you're from the 254. You stay in your hometown, you represent it, you get treated like a king.
I tell you what happened. I pulled in. The lady was looking at me. She said, "You got to." I said, "Ma'am, I don't have a parking pass. Get in here." But I'm doing a podcast with Jay Hicks.
Now see how you try to do me. See,
I thought he just mentioned his name. It's like, I'm Walter Abercrombie. I need to get through.
I would use my name through and through.
Huh?
I said I would use my name through and through.
He did. He's a boss. Y'all know that. So funny here, man. It's really exciting to have everybody here. We're going to have Spence back as well as a featured guest, and appreciate everybody coming through. We have some gifts for both of them. If Robert wants to give both of them a gift, we have this from Sydney Warren over at Marie's Wine Bar. And, you know, this will also be special because I heard you have some news coming.
Oh, yeah. I'm having another daughter.
Hey,
Shout out to you.
congratulations.
Make sure you shout out your wife.
Oh, of course. That lady there, as soon as she got pregnant, our whole just stock of wine just started to diminish over time because I was the only one drinking it. And she usually buys the wine, and then so when I want some wine, it's not there. So it's just a little hurdle I got to get over. But yeah, baby is coming mid-October.
Hey, make it the 15th. That's a good
I
date.
think it is. It might be.
That's a fantastic date. I would highly recommend. Great things happen on that date.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Chris. I got a story to tell about you, about what we nicknamed you doing after a score. And I'll go ahead. But whatever you were going to say, I want you to finish it.
Oh, no, I was just going to say that.
About your daughter.
Look who we have over here. Hey, I need your phone number. Hey, okay, we need him on the pod too.
I'm on a live stream. I can't answer the phone, Jimmy.
Come on.
No,
Yeah, come back here.
He needs some more media.
She's from Texas A&M, high jumper, All-American. Come on.
Oh, how you doing, everybody? Hey, what are we talking about?
We're talking. This is we're not doing that today. This is Jay's tailgate. It's our live stream.
Well,
You hear that?
I don't know what you want me to say.
Well, here's
Talk
the-
about my record that I had.
All right, what's your record and what's your favorite tailgating game?
Oh, it's gotta be beer pong because Rage Cage is just very challenging and confusing. So it's beer pong.
You bounce a ball in a cup.
No, that's not all that's to it. There's more to it. You have to know which way to go, and you got to stack, and you got to stack, and you got to restack, and then you got to throw the ball, and the ball gets lost, and you get grass in your mouth. It's a whole thing. I don't know. It's like my first rodeo.
Do you want to come back over here so you balance it? Question for you too. Do you still have the high jump record at A&M?
Okay.
No, what was it? Hold on.
Okay.
What was it?
Let me
First
just tell you. It was 6-1 3/4.
6-1.
But I think what happened was
Uh-oh.
the person who broke my record, he or she, I'm not saying it was a he or
Okay.
she.
All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. All right.
So high that I cannot imagine that it was a she. I'm
All
just saying. Put it out there.
I like my podcast and want to keep it. So, but you know, this is the cool thing we were talking about, the community, because you're at a tailgate. Is it 2 tailgates down?
2 tailgates.
Like where you kind of hang out all the time. At least where is it 2 or 3 down from this one? I know you come to this one as well.
Multiple. I have a lot of friends.
Yep.
I know a lot of people, and they all want me at their tailgate. So
Okay.
obviously, it's every single tailgate. There's not 2 spots. It's this spot and the next spot and probably the next.
This is first.
Okay.
This is very
But,
first.
yeah,
Who's 12?
mainly 2
Very
spots
first
down.
football.
Okay.
If you want to get specific.
There we go. Okay. So, man, thanks for stopping
And
by.
also, I am currently looking for a job. So
Hey, man, if you're looking for a job, what is it that you do that people can maybe help you?
You know, I'm very flexible.
Oh no! Look who we got in the building. One of the all-time great Eddie Lackey in the building. Eddie, come back over here. We are live. We're live.
Where are we live on?
YouTube. YouTube.
What's your name?
Diane.
Some slick handshakes out here.
Wait, Diane. Diane? What's up?
Hey,
Thanks
will
for
you
the
come
handshake.
back in like 10
Appreciate
minutes? Will you come back? Okay. All right, so we got Eddie Lackey in the building. Hey, we got to have Eddie on too. Eddie, what's
It's a little
up?
hot out here. It's just hot. I'm sweating. Every handshake I've given has been a little uncomfortable, but it's been good. It's been please, thank you. Oh man, wow.
Jay Hicks official.
No, this is great.
Jay Hicks official on YouTube. On YouTube.
I think we're gonna win tonight. I'm pretty sure.
Sit here, man.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
No,
They
you're
were
good.
asking questions earlier about what's your favorite Baylor moment, and he picked the TCU Baylor game. I picked closing Floyd Casey and opening
Come
this one
on.
up.
Yeah,
What's yours?
my favorite. That's a tough one to beat.
Yeah.
I do like, if we go back one more year in 2012, beating #1 Kansas State.
Woo!
Because I always talk about the fact that was such a pivotal moment, I feel like, in our program. And just when we won that game, like, for us as a defense, like, we were pretty junky.
Yeah.
We were scrappy, junky. We did not, to get 70-plus points put on us by West Virginia,
there's a lot.
Geno Smith, Tavon Austin, Stedman Bailey, and crew. That was a pretty incredible offense we played against. But it was just a pivotal moment in our program, I think. And then we didn't lose. When did we? From that time, we beat K-State.
Yeah.
The week before that, we lost to TCU,
Yes.
I think.
Yes.
Or no, it's Oklahoma. And before that was TCU.
Yeah.
And
We didn't lose again until
yeah,
a while.
right.
It was bowl game. Man.
So to go on that run that we did, we lost to Oklahoma State on game day. I think was the next loss.
Yeah, that was
2013.
that was in 13. Yeah.
And to me, that was. For me, at least personally, I had the goal line stop against Colin Klein, the Heisman favorite at the time.
Yes, sir.
Fourth
Yes,
down,
sir.
and not even 1 yard. It was less than a yard. And to just stymie him on there and then pick him up and slam him on the ground. That was
What is that?
was probably
You're going.
my
This is something that most kids dream about, right? You're mano a mano, one-on-one in that moment. What was that like?
it was pretty surreal. Colin Klein, gosh, he's 6'6",
Yeah.
I think.
Optimus Klein.
Yeah. Optimus Klein. That might have been what the Sports Illustrated
that's what they
cover.
call it.
said.
That's what they called him. Absolutely.
So, as a kid, and an undersized linebacker at that, playing an oversized quarterback, I think. That kind of in my heart proved that I could be at that level and doing what we were doing at that time. So it was surreal, and you absolutely dream about that, playing the #1 team.
Yeah.
It was funny that night. I remember, you guys probably did this too at some point, but you go back home, and I didn't want to go to the parties and stuff. I went to my house. We had it, it's different times. This was 2012.
Yeah.
So it was like TiVo or whatever. You legit recorded the game. It's not just like wait for it to be posted online or whatever on YouTube. Like went home and immediately started watching the broadcast and watched the whole game all the way through as soon as I got home. And that's all we did. We just hung out at the house. So
All right, Eddie, got to ask you this real quick.
Yeah.
How much would you be worth in this NIL market?
$20.
Now, hey, what would Phil Bennett have given you?
Oh man, I would like to hope. I would have been happy with $20,000, honestly.
Nah.
But
You better get that number up.
But 100?
I think 120 probably.
At least 100,000. That would have been like,
Yeah.
But I came, I was undersized and just. My offers were from like New Mexico State. No knock them, New Mexico State or anything, and those kind of things. Hawaii.
But I got to tell you, I used to ask Phil, because I asked Phil about you one time. We were in the locker room, and he said, "You know what matters? It's not the rating that the ranking system, recruiting system gives."
Yeah.
He said, "I look at the film, and it matters what rating I give them."
Yeah, and I've got to give Cody Alexander. He was a GA at Baylor when I got here. And I got to give him the credit for finding me. He's the guy that found me. And what he told me was, he found my tape and 4 other guys, and actually 2 of those other guys were on my team at the junior college I went to in Riverside, California, and so I'm competing against those other guys, and they only wanted to extend one offer, and so they sat in the defensive, just war room, and they were talking to everybody, and Cody was presenting, like that was what he was charged with doing. It's like, hey, what did you find? So he finds he finds me and 3 other guys, and they watched all of our film, and they said unanimously they wanted me out of all 4 of those guys. And
wow.
He stuck his neck out there, and that was my first Power 5, Power 4, Power 5 offer at the time. And yeah, I wanted to go there all the way. So
woo!
I was committed to Hawaii and Coach Aranda all season.
No way, because that was when he was a DC there, right?
He was DC and linebackers coach, and he was the first D1 offer. First D1 offer I had, and the first person that believed in me to play.
That's crazy
at this level. So it was really cool, and super thankful for him. He had me come talk to the team. I think it was last year, might have been 2 years ago.
Wow.
So we've got a great relationship, and kept in touch since then. So
Eddie Lackey in the bill. Eddie, I gotta have you on the stream, man. Will you come on as a featured guest?
Yes.
Maybe we'll do you 2 guys. All right. Do you have his number?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll get it from him.
Sounds good.
Appreciate you, brother. Thanks for stopping by.
Always a pleasure.
No, Eddie. You got his number? Okay. All right. Man. So, man, this is such a fun thing, and this is what we wanted for the live stream. Just like coming through, and I was talking to you on the phone. I said, "Hey, this isn't like a TV broadcast. It's just a stream." So what does it feel like for you guys to come back, get some love, and come on the stream?
It's awesome. Anytime you come back to Waco, it's always just a welcoming community. The fan base here remembers, we got a long memory here of all the good times. So, I'm hoping with the throwbacks to the black jerseys and the chrome helmets and all that. Actually, fun fact about that K-State game, that was the first time we wore the black jerseys.
Wow.
It was against K-State when they came in here. We didn't have the gold helmets then, but they were the old Nike Flywire.
Yeah. Oh, I love it.
The green Flywire on the shoulder pads. We wore. It was a fun game. But Waco's always so humble or welcoming, and it humbles you to come back and be recognized.
What does it mean for you? Can you guys put that in there? What does it mean for you to come back on campus? I know you're here, but you come back, you come on the stream. One of the got 3 greats here with me.
Yeah, it's honestly just pretty cool. Every time that you're like just walking through tailgates, people remember who you are and just like, hey, what's up? He's like, hey, do you want a drink? You want some food? I'm like, yeah, of course. But honestly, it's just a good time. Just a community here. It's a good place.
And I want to be to the point where I'm like Walter and I can pull up with no parking pass, because usually you have to give a lot of money and you got to be big time.
I parked all the way down there across the street, and then I found one spot right by the apartment back there, and then had to walk all the way over here.
Well, what does it mean to you? I mean, this is your hometown. I mean, you left for the Steelers, came back. Do you ever look back now, kind of where you are, and say, man, I can't believe I did this thing? I mean, you grew up in a house right over here. Was that 6th Street? What is that, 8th Street? 8th Street, right down. I don't know if you guys knew that. Right over here on 8th Street. And, man, you looked at a campus, different time. And now you look at this, you're like, man, I'm with these guys, just one of the all-time greats.
Yeah, it's really kind of surreal when I think about it, man, because we played in that little stadium over there in South Waco. And
which are tearing down. They're torn down now.
They're tearing it down.
I need to go see it.
So all of my memories were there. And so the thing is about this is that I was here to see the teams, to meet the players, to be a part of the university, and to see the building take place. I can't imagine if I had been out of town somewhere, living somewhere else, and then coming to Waco now, having not been here in a number of years, and then seeing the transformation. This is unbelievable. This has got to be one of the most beautiful campuses on a river in the country. It's just unbelievable. So I'm proud of Baylor. I'm proud of these former players who helped make all of this possible. And I just, it's just, I feel good about tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of positive stuff going on right now.
Spence, starting back with you, talk about because you guys went on a run, man. I'm a real big guy. I believe in energy and momentum. And like, it, because you've been on one of those runs. And I really hope for this team for this season, they get on a great run. How much would a win mean for them tonight, on this big stage?
Yeah, it'd be huge. Start the season out right. Big win would be really nice. Get the confidence up, especially with those younger guys who maybe this is their first game to play in, those young starters, and just to build that confidence into the rest of the season because, Big 12 isn't a joke anymore. It never has been a joke, right? But with all the new talent we have, with the teams that came in and expanded, and especially with NIL, you never know what team's going to be the team with NIL and the transfer portal. So it's a competitive conference, but to get the confidence up early and move into another big week versus SMU next week up in Dallas will be huge.
Yeah. And even like last year, to your point, I mean, a lot of people, Arizona State came in, right? There's people who thought this is our time, this is our moment. They come through and do the thing. What do you think a win means for them tonight?
I think it would mean a lot, especially they're down a couple of people. We're down like two safeties, I think, then Pendergrass, he's out for the season. Just to get just morale, honestly, just a big win just to start, and then go on the road into Dallas. I think a win would be crucial.
Well, what do you think? I mean, you've been through a lot of these, and you were back in the day where even being bowl eligible didn't mean you went to a bowl game back then. So the importance of getting off to a good start, because every game win means something.
Every game means something, and to play a nationally known team like Auburn, the first game of the season, I think it has an opportunity to set the tone. And I've been around Coach Aranda. I know he can get players ready. Most of the teams, maybe that he's coached in the past, could be a little bit under-talented teams, but he always prepares them, man.
Mm-hmm.
He always gets them ready. So I think they're going to be ready today. We're playing a home contest. The stadium's going to be packed. I mean, we got the chrome helmets. It's going to be reminiscent of the 2012 and 13 teams. I mean, it's going to be an excitement in the stadium that we haven't seen in a while, and I'm really fired up about it. And so, anyway, this is going to say a lot about the season too. Yeah. I think. So set the stage, and then carry it for the rest of the year.
So what do you guys want to talk to you guys about Hugh Freeze, right? I watched this presser, 22 minutes. It was entertaining, man. He is the South, right? I mean, you listen to him talk, I wanted to go get a brisket sandwich just listening to him talk, drip some barbecue sauce on it, man. Coming off a season, not exactly what they wanted. How much pressure is he under if they come in here, play probably okay, but don't come out with the win? How much pressure are they under?
I would say a lot, especially in today's climate, right? Like we talked about NIL and transfer portals and teams expected to come out and win or go home, right? Like I've noticed it seems like it's been a trend where it's been just shorter and shorter expectancy to win. If you don't come in and change a program around within 2 or 3 years, you're out and it's the next guy up. And especially, I think it's just becoming tougher and tougher with you got to recruit your own guys to stay. Right. That's crazy. Right. And so I think it's tough, but hoping Baylor's gonna come out with a win and hopefully some of those guys home sad. But they gotta figure that out after this game, right? Right. It'll be good.
So how much do you guys think that Coach Prime coming in, roster shakeup? Remember, he's bought his bag, right? Yeah. He's got his luggage and his Louis, and they I think a lot of people looked at them and said, man, this is a program that hadn't won in a while. How much pressure does that put on coaches seeing what they're doing up there in Boulder?
I don't know. I think most of it comes with the name as well. Like if they don't have a name like Dion, you're not going to get all those recruits that know him from what he used to do in the NFL and baseball. Just him just being who he is, I think he doesn't really have to recruit that hard as other coaches do.
What about you, Watt? I think you were a little bit before him, but how much do you think him being able to come in and shake up that roster, really kind of an NFL mindset, right, with the roster shakeup?
Yeah, it's I think they did a little closer. They did a really good job, I think, evaluating talent because they were using sort of the metrics that he'd probably use in the league. They look for a guy with height, and so it's and a lot of speed. And so I would you know, this is amazing. He's an amazing guy. He's pretty motivational. A lot of people don't like his, you know, the glamour and the style and stuff about him. But what he did do, I think he was able to come in and take some guys, just random players that he was able to bring through the portal,
Sure,
and put them together and go out and win some games. And really, it's sort of a model of what every coach in the country has. That's the challenge they have. You know, is to try to win through the portal, but at the same time try to keep your established players, your leaders, keep them from leaving. That's a real challenge, man.
so I have to ask you this, Walt. I know we're jumping around a little bit. We're talking NIL. Of course, Walt was in the SMU era. They were ahead of their time, right? They had a payroll. Would you have gone? This is a controversial hot take. Would you have gone to SMU? Because we know they had the bag back then.
They did have the bag, and you had to, you know, I have a tough story I can tell you sometime, but
we got time. We got time, like my pastor. Take your time.
They had the bag, and they were using it, man. I mean, they were able to get Craig James and Eric Dickerson and great. I'm talking about some great players. Harvey Armstrong. I mean, all those guys that I played in the league with, and they were living the life at SMU, man. I mean, but you know, at the time it was a bad thing. It was a bad thing to go out and offer players money to come to your school, and now it's just interesting to live in a time now where all of that is cool.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you what I would have asked for. I would have had a Dodge with the Scat Pack on it. What do y'all think? What do you guys think of my car? I'm just saying, if you're gonna do it big.
I mean, I would have had. Like I said, I wanted a Ford, probably King Ranch or Platinum or something like that, right? You got to make it worth it. Yeah.
Now, Chris, you guys are younger than me, Walter and I. What do you think about my Scat Pack?
I mean, those are flashy. I mean, I see a lot of people go that route. I mean, a lot of people have been going that route. There's a meme on Twitter. It's like when Alabama messes up, they're like, "Oh yeah, Saban's about to take their Scat Packs out from the parking lot because they ain't playing right."
Yeah. What do you guys? A little bit of football. Lee Corso's last game, of course, coming up, and I don't know if you guys saw the presser that Coach Aranda. He had his one Lee Corso story. I guess he was a young assistant coach. I can't remember where he was at the time. He was, as a matter of fact, he was a GA, and he actually wrote a letter. That he was talking about the AFCA. Didn't you guys used to have a book where they had all the phone numbers and addresses of coaches back in the day? Yeah. What was that called?
It was just a phone book of all the coaches in Division I and throughout the other lower divisions. Yeah.
Okay, so they had this book that Walter, who worked at the FCA a long time ago, American Football Coaches Association. If you guys don't know, it's here in Waco, and it's all the football coaches in it. And so he called up Lee Corso, got his number out the book, and he said that he asked him for advice. And he said that Lee gave him advice, asked him about his roster, who he had on him, and he was like, you know what? I hope I'm as generous with my time, because he's like, Lee Corso had no idea who I was at the time. And he was just talking about how gracious he is. And he said, I hope I'm as gracious with my time. Because remember, he's a Hall of Fame coach by this time already. Sure. What do you guys think about Lee Corso and his contribution to the game?
Oh, it's so I was under the Lee Corso College Game Day. That's, obviously he had a phenomenal coaching career, but that's how I most know him is from Game Day. And it'll be a sad day when he's no longer putting on that headgear, right? It's a end of an era for sure. But yeah, great coach, and from what I hear, the stories you tell, right? Yeah. Great person as well. So.
Yeah, I think that's it, right? Someone who doesn't know you, and now we go full circle. No idea what that was. Oh, is that our fan? A fan just made it. Shout out to Donnie. Donnie, that's Donnie's fan. But
it's still blowing.
It's still blowing. That's an old fan. That was back when they made stuff nice.
Okay.
But I think one of the things that happens, Walt, is and Spence, is like to have that kind of a story from a guy who's now a Division I head coach. What does that mean for him? You work with coaches. You work with Bobby Bowden when you were. Remember, he was on the board at the AFC at the time. Right. What does that say about Lee and what he's done? I mean, he's been in the game the entire time that you've been in the game.
Yeah.
Well,
he's like any other old coach. You know, he brings those values and the mentality of an old coach. And one of the things that he didn't have to worry about is the NIL issue. For old coaches, old school coaches like Lee and others who we know, Bobby Bowden.
Yeah. Shout out to Bobby Bowden, by the way.
Listen, and Grant. I mean, that was something they were adamantly opposed to because they felt like it would change the game so much, and it would be a distraction for players. But you know, the young coaches are coming up in this kind of environment, and so. But what I hope that never leaves is really, you know, is football an opportunity for young men to grow, to learn, to obtain a college degree, and you know, live through challenges. You know, think about this. I mean, in a team situation, no matter who the coach is, you know, there's adversity, there's developing yourself, there's team play. I mean, all of the great things that we learned as football players, right? I hope that never leaves. And so as long as coaches are continuing to teach those things and develop young men into men, then we'll survive the NIL era and be ready for whatever follows.
I'll be ready for my scat pack. I'm just keeping it real. So, Spence, I gotta ask you this, man. And Walter, that's so on par. I think you're so right about that. What does it mean to look around? We have guys pulling up. We got all, you know, guys coming through. And you were along with Walt and of course Chris, one of the guys that helped build this whole thing, right? What does it mean to come back? I mean, you know, I posted a picture of the helmet from when I was in the equipment room. And think about some of those great games that you're a part of. What does it mean to come back now and know that you're going to be able to, in the future, bring your kids back to a place that, like, man, I helped build this thing?
Yeah, it is special, right? Just to see, and Walter's talked about it a lot too, just to see how much Waco's grown, right? My brother came here in 2008, didn't play, but just from 2008 until now, it's grown exponentially. I can't imagine what it did before that, right? And so just to see how much the city's grown and how much the people have rallied behind the team and all the sports, right, and the university itself, it's special to come back, right? You know, we always have those memories of, you know, all the great games that, you know, Eddie mentioned, Chris mentioned. It's fun to come back and be a part of just the next phase and being able to bring, you know, future children back and say, you know, back in my day type thing, right? living the glory days. But no, it'll be fun to do that.
But it's real though, right? I mean, we can have honest conversations. It's pretty cool to walk through a place, especially with your size and Walt's. I'm a regular guy, but you guys, you know, have these huge frames and, you know, people recognize you guys. Does it feel cool also because, like, your parents who raised you poured all this energy into you, and then now you're coming back again with them? I know you guys keep coming back, but does it feel special though when you come back?
It does. It really does feel special. You know, like I've said before, Waco is just the Baylor family is just a great community, and they rally behind their team and their old players, right? It's you know, that good old Baylor line, right? You're in there and it just keeps going. It's it's the song, but they do a good job of making that like part of the culture and part of the reality here at Baylor. So
Gotta ask you this though. What was your favorite either Coach Briles saying or thing that he did?
He had, like, his superpower was guessing somebody's weight. He would always come up and be like, "How's your weight?" And he, before you could answer, he'd be like, you know, back I played at like, you know, 315. He'd be like, 313. I was like, "Coach, right on the money. Like, I lost 2 pounds. Like, how did you do that?" So it was like his superpower. But man, I love Coach and all the great things he did here. And you know, glad it, you know, back in the last year when they did the big 2013-14 games, you know, we had a little tailgate at Georgia's. He came by and stopped by, so it was really great to see him. Always good to talk to him. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to get Walt. You got to speak it to the mic.
Yeah. I just he was just talking about the reunion that the 13-14 teams had, and I was just really curious about how that would come across, you know, because all the controversy with Coach Briles, how that would how the teams would feel about coming back, and then also how the fans would.
The people
would
were
accept
excited.
him. And man, people were so excited because of the contributions that you all made.
Yeah.
And it was such a tragedy to see the things that happened with Coach Browse, because we all love Coach Browse.
Yeah.
And he was here bringing some tremendous talent to the university, and so we were hoping that he would have a tremendous reception, and the players would as well, and they did. I was proud of the Baylor fans for being like that.
What is your favorite Coach Browse either saying or thing that he did? You were close to the program, so you know some of the things that he did that were fun.
Man, he was a motivator. Like, for example, like he would see some players on the sideline. I'd be on the sideline doing games, and I'd see him point to a player, and he'd say, "Go get you some." He'll say something like that. Go get you some. I mean, that's just like that's what he did. I mean, you can imagine a coach telling you, "Go get you some."
Yeah.
Man, he got that boy. But he was a motivator, man. I like that about him.
One of my favorite things, running social and video at the time, Sikkim Sports Production. I really loved after the wins, the Who's House.
Oh yeah,
that is one of the all-time. For people who don't know, because there's some people maybe who are younger, talk to us about what Who's House was. Set it up.
Yeah, so every time there's the Who's House, our house. It's pretty common in sports.
Yeah.
But Coach would always take it to a next level. And after every win, we do it, regardless whether it was home or away, right? If we go into opponent's stadium and win, it became our house. And we let everyone know, and Coach did too. And he'd always have some clever story or something to lead up to it. But we'd go through a couple different times, Who's House, our house, and then end on a long who's, and it made all of us go crazy, and it was a lot of fun. But great callback.
And I love this man, Spence. You'll remember this. He's like, I think one of his most underrated skills was that he was low-key funny. He is low-key funny. So like in the Who's House, he would just be straight capping on people, man. I'm not gonna say what he said, but remember, no, I'm not gonna share, because that's inside the house type things. But he would have. I mean, you'll be dying, Smith. I mean, he said stuff. You'll be like, oh, my gosh, that's so true. And it's like, you like in the pregame, and he's walking around, you didn't think he'd pay attention to what's going on in the city, because remember how focused he was on game day. So for him to have that, what did it mean for you as a player at the time to have a coach who, to me, what that said was that he really relates to regular, everyday people, all of us.
Yeah, no, and he really was just and I mean this with like the best connotation possible. He really was just a regular guy. And he didn't want the limelight or the spotlight. He just wanted everyone to go about their job. And he really deflected all that off of him onto the players, because without the players, none of it would have been possible, right? And the support staff we had behind us, and our strength staff and everybody else, he did a great job of promoting others. He's one of the most humble men you will ever meet. And just truly a great man.
Yeah, I wanted to tell, what do you guys think about this story? I remember one time, I used to shoot this behind the scenes piece that we put out, and Coach would let me. I was literally right over his shoulder wall, like mic, everything. And one time, one of the GAs, I was walking the halls, and he had designed a play, and Coach somehow got its way in after all the revisions. You know how it goes, the installs. Coach, what you got? So his play gets in. I'm not going to say the person's name. They've gone on to do great things. But they ended up, the play goes, it scores. They jump up. The GA's like going, and he like pulls them to the side. But it was like Chilton. He's like, don't ever do that. Never outshine the players. And he was like, and he just looked at him, and they both shook. And, for me, that was like a teachable moment. But he didn't embarrass him, right? Let him keep his dignity as a coach. But he did, he just kind of like tugged and was like, here. It's like, hey, man, never do that. Never outshine the players.
Yeah. I mean, and that, again, that just speaks to the type of coach and the type of environment that he wanted. It was always about the players and always about shining spotlight on everyone else except for him. And the whole staff, kind of came along with that and fell into that culture that he had. And it really was a lot of fun.
Got to talk about this live stream, Spence. We didn't know. We pulled this together. This is the first time we're literally running this thing off of here. And, I called up my good friend Walter. I said, hey, Walt, I got this idea, man. Let's do a live stream. You guys give us a rating. How do you guys feel? one of the things that I really want to do, Spence, like when I worked at Baylor, anytime you work for a big brand, you guys know this, you have to go through so many layers and committee meetings or run it past, all the folks and say, hey, does this group or this guest list meet what we need it to be? And this is like just an opportunity for former Baylor athletes to just come on and, talk about the story, talk about the things we do. How do you guys, what's your experience and what's your feedback in real time so far? I'm going to start with Walt.
Feedback real time about what's going on now.
Yeah, just our live stream and just getting Baylor guys coming through, man.
And this is golden for me because we're all just anticipating the game tonight. We're just sitting out chilling at the tailgate, and then I get to see some of the guys that I admired that played here long after I did.
Mm-hmm.
But it made the Baylor football program sort of have the reputation that it has now, and seeing them and hearing them talk about these stories with the coaches we all admired. I think about Coach Browse, like for example, when he recruited Robert Griffin.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just to hear that story, and sometimes we'll share it, but I got a chance to see, him recognize Robert for the talent that he had when other schools were thinking that they were playing the DB.
Mm-hmm.
And so he brought him to Baylor as a quarterback, and man, the rest is history.
Change the university.
It's just because he saw the talent. Yeah, he was an amazing a man who recognized talent and ability, and because of his personality, he sort of, he's a guy that if you're around him just for a little bit, you feel like this guy's a winner, man. I mean, he has something very special and make players believe that they can win.
Yeah.
Many people compared him to Grant Taft in a way of motivating people and recognizing talent. But no, I wouldn't make that comparison. I just think that Art kind of was in a class all by himself. Take a little school on Brazos and Waco and make it a national contender in just a short span of time. It's pretty amazing.
Man, I think Walt's trying to get back on the live stream, man. You know what I mean? He reminds me of the Baylor Radio Network days. Did you know Walt used to do that before JJ Joe?
I did, yeah.
So
That was horrible.
No. There was some lean years. Let's just put it like that. But Spence, you're a young guy. You're in the live streaming and social media. What does it mean to have? I mean, look around and we got guys, we got friends, and the word's getting out. What do you think for us to keep doing the live stream?
Yeah, no, this has been great. I mean, just to see guys pop in that you didn't expect to see, right? Like Jimmy or Eddie. It's been great. I think this is a great platform to use and a really good time to sit around and talk about, Baylor now, but also share some of those good and funny stories from across the Baylor legacy.
Yeah, one thing I'm gonna change. I'm going off my phone, y'all. I think I'm gonna get a hot spot. I was literally waiting on Walter to come, but he came up, and I said to myself, man, one of the things about being an athlete is, one of the things I learned, Spence and Walter, is in life, there's opportunities, and you take them. And you guys know I love boating. And I always feel like you have these moments, you have to take them, and you're standing on the dock. And, the opportunity is that boat. And sometimes you just have to run as hard as you can. And many people think they're not going to be able to make the moment, but you're going to jump. And when you jump, you're going to make the boat. You're probably going to bloody up your face. You're going to probably bloody up your arms, but you're on the boat. Because you can't make the moment if you're not there. And so I thought about that today. I was thinking, man, I'm really brave to do this on my cell phone and do this live stream. And it comes back to those days of the old track when we were running with the beeper. Spence, we ran on a track that had a cargo railroad next to it. Do you remember that? It would rain during practice. We would have to wait for the train to go by so we could hear Coach call it our time. So I share that with you because you know what I'm talking about, just the grit and the determination that you get from being an athlete. What's the biggest thing that you walk away from when you played your last game here at Baylor? We know you kept playing after that, but what are the things that you walk away just about life from the game?
Yeah, discipline, dedication, hard work, right? And that it's all of those things transfer outside of football, right? A lot of athletes, once they hang up the cleats or hang up the jersey, whatever it is, the last game, kind of drift and don't know really what to do, right? They don't know what they want to do when they grow up because all they've ever want to do is play sports.
Yeah.
And so all of those transferable skills that you can take from athletics, and transfer into quote unquote normal life are huge, right? And I think all the coaches I've ever had that have instilled all the disciplines in me that we just talked about, right? And so without, I don't know where I'd be without them, but I know a big part of who I am today is because of all those coaches that came before me and poured into me and taught me and taught me how to not only play, but how to be a man of faith and a man in general.
Yeah. And what about you, Walter? I mean, you played at the highest level. Got to be. I mean, playing in the NFL, playing at Baylor, it's like the top of the mountain for most people, right? You're highly recognizable. What age did you start playing football?
I was really young, man. I mean,
9?
Yeah, probably around 9.
So you start playing at 9. You had this dream, get all the way to the NFL.
Yeah.
What is it that when you look back, the things that you learned and still with you today?
It's kind of like what Drango just said. I mean, you can see look back and see how the experience of football helped develop me into who I am today.
Yeah.
There have been a lot of and then how then I take those same lessons, man, and taught them to my kids. I've got 4 almost grown children, and
they're grown.
They're grown. Yeah, they're grown.
They're grown. His grandchildren, by the way.
I've got one daughter still in high school, but some of the same lessons I learned from Coach Taft and from Chuck Noll at Pittsburgh.
The great Chuck Noll.
You just develop, and then you learn your lessons. You make a lot of mistakes, but you have people there to care about you, and they teach you and develop you. And so some of those same lessons, while my kids didn't play football on the college level or on the pro level, I still got a chance to, share some of those nuggets of information with them that helped them become who they are today. And I'm proud of it. I'm proud of what our team accomplished in 1982. We won the championship, and they'll never, nobody will ever take that away from us. I mean, we won a championship, and it's a college championship, and it doesn't mean anything to anybody except the players on that team that have the ring, right?
Yeah. No, it is.
It meant a big deal to us.
Yeah.
So that's a sense of pride.
Yeah.
And then having the opportunity to see these young players that came in and they developed as a team. They all kept eligible. They stayed in good relationship with the university. Now they're coming back and being a part of the fan experience. That's lifetime stuff, man. I mean, you'll take that with you for the rest of your life. And the fact that you think about Chris and Django, man. I mean, those guys sort of made such an impression at Baylor University that nobody will ever take that from them. Yeah. I mean, that'll be on the record books, man, for the rest of the time.
Yep.
So that makes me a great deal of pride to be a Baylor Bear and be able to be around here and still support the university.
You bring up a good point. I think everybody at this table won a conference championship while they're here at their respective sport. Spence, what does it mean to you to be a Baylor Bear in this moment?
It's fun. Especially not only just with all the hype around the game, but the hype around the season and what Baylor's trying to do, Coach Rand is trying to do with this team amidst all the different changes in the profession or the college, I should say. College, but professional, basically semi-pro, the college landscape. Yeah. So it's really exciting, and I'm looking forward to seeing what's coming to town this year.
Yeah, I'm excited too. Walt, if you had to give a motivational message, look at the camera, and they said, "Hey, Walt, come give us a 30-second or less motivational message to this team, to this coaching staff, to the fans." What would you say?
Well, there's a lot to say, man. I mean, I don't know if I could.
You got 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
This is like the Casanat stream. He knows what Casanat is.
All right. Here's what I'm gonna say, and it has to do with the story I was about to tell about Chris. We were standing on the sideline doing one of the games. Chris did one of his famous hitch and goes. Took off when he bit it, and Chris just took off down the sideline. Well, the defender who bit it, the thing in his mouth said, "Oh, shoot." And I'm paraphrasing. So me and the other guys were standing on the side. We saw the defender back when he realized he was in trouble. He goes, "Oh, shoot." So we started calling Chris, "Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Shoot." Yeah, it was a touchdown. And of course, I think it was
It was a long one.
it was a long one,
Yeah.
and he just caught it. Ran it out, but I'll never forget that.